I'm Bryan Tann, one half of the Plotaholics podcast, bringing you another edition of Tann Talks. Let's talk a little bit about Ghostbusters Afterlife. Now, full disclosure, I was 5 years old when the original Ghostbusters came out, and I was instantly hooked. I loved this movie. I loved the comedy, even though at the time, obviously, I didn't understand a lot of what was going on. But I loved the visuals. It was a big deal at the time. It was huge. I can't say enough about it. When the real Ghostbusters cartoon came out, I was watching it every Saturday. I had the Proton Pack, I had the figures, I had it all. Ghostbusters 2 came out, and I loved it just as much, especially when you had Run DMC doing the dope remix of the Ghostbusters theme. Ghostbusters 2 soundtrack is a banger, okay? And then, for a long time, we didn't get much. The real Ghostbusters cartoon shifted to Slimer and the real Ghostbusters, and Ghostbusters eventually just sort of faded away. And then the 2016 female-led Ghostbusters with Melissa McCarthy, Kristen Wiig, Kate McKinnon, and Leslie Jones came out, and a lot of folks hated it. Matter of fact, we reviewed the original Ghostbusters on the Plotaholics podcast and Ghostbusters Who You Gonna Call. Make sure you check those out in the Plotaholics archives. I also purchased the Ghostbusters video game, which in my mind was Ghostbusters Part 3. So, to me, Ghostbusters Afterlife is actually Ghostbusters Part 4. In this film, Dr. Egon Spengler, played by the late great Harold Ramis, disappeared. He took all the Ghostbusters equipment and he disappeared into Oklahoma and left his daughter Callie, played amazingly by Carrie Coon. Now, Callie Spengler has two kids. Phoebe is a lot like her grandfather, and Trevor is more the everyman. All right, he's like a combination of Peter and Winston. They get news that Egon has died. We get a really cool action sequence at the very beginning of Egon doing his thing, and he dies. It's a great setup. So the Spenglers go out to Oklahoma, and at first it's just that they're just looking to get stuff, see what there is of value because they're on tough times, and they end up staying there. Young Phoebe starts to discover why her grandfather came out here and cut everyone out of his life. So, Ghostbusters Afterlife right now on Rotten Tomatoes has a 63% on the tomato meter with 224 reviews and 95% audience score with 2,500 plus verified ratings. And I'll tell you the truth, for me, this film has everything you're gonna want. I love the callbacks to the original. The original stars of the film are in this film. If you're looking for them to stick around for a long period of time, you're gonna be out of luck. They're there for enough to help keep the movie going, and I think that that's exactly what they should be doing. The real story behind this, it's about family. And a lot of movies are taking this approach lately.
That you never turn your back on family.
And I don't hate it. This is about, a woman who is feeling abandoned by her father. She's trying not to take it out on her kids, but she sees her father in her daughter. And it's an amazing tale being told. And I'll tell you the truth, this movie it's not laugh a minute like the original Ghostbusters was. It has the serious moments that the original Ghostbusters had with Paul Rudd, who is a master of his craft, breaking a lot of the tension when it needs to be broken, but at the same token, not clowning it up either. And I would definitely be remiss if I did not give some love to the young kid that played another new character in this film, Podcast. Oh man, this kid Podcast is awesome. He is so hilarious. Played by young Logan Kim, and he's amazing. Like, he is the Ray of this movie. He truly is. This is a movie that if you are a big fan of the Ghostbusters, you have to go see this movie. Do not be afraid of what any critics are saying that are poo-pooing on this film. Go and see it for yourself. I truly enjoyed it. I thought that it was a great time to be had. There's laughs, there's thrills. The CGI of the ghosts look really good. Strangely enough, one thing that I really appreciate is just the look of everything. It's a beautifully shot film. The special effects look really amazing. I especially have to give a shout out. I'm not going to say who's who or anything, but I'm going to give a shout out to J.K. Simmons, Olivia Wilde, and our leads, especially McKenna Grace. McKenna Grace is amazing in this film, and I'll tell you the truth, if they're going to continue this franchise for a new generation, you have to build it around the character of Phoebe Spengler. You just have to. A special shout out especially to Jason Reitman, who did the Ghostbusters film that I've been wanting to see for a very long time. This is absolutely amazing. Check it out. I'm honestly, I give this a one-shot rating just for the fact, the only issue that I kind of have with the movie, to be honest, is that there are some characters that come in that it's not really needed. It don't mean it's bad, it's just, kind of could have done without it. Case in point, I'm a big fan of the actor Bokeem Woodbine. He got wasted in this movie. You could have had anybody else in his role, and it wouldn't have mattered. I'm definitely going to praise Jason Reitman's direction. I'm praising the nostalgic tone. I'm praising the look. I'm praising the writing. Fan service is definitely amazing. Everything in this is great. It's definitely worth a check. That being said, I'm Bryan Tann. Like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you later. Take care!